Hi, I'm Phil Hughes of the New York Yankees, and you're watching the Hyundai Thunder Insider.
When I first got the phone call, it was like a shock. I guess was the first thing. When it got the phone call, I was sleeping actually, and got woken up, and it was kind of like I didn't really believe them at first, but they're like, no, we're pretty serious. It was about 10:30 when I got the phone call, and they said I had a 1:15 flight. I said, oh boy, okay. So I jumped out of bed, started sweating, right away. I guess because all the nerves and everything, and then packed my bag and came here and got my baseball stuff. Went to the airport. So it was shock, excitement. It's kind of overwhelming. You're so many emotions, so many things going through your body. You're just going, okay, got to get there, got to get to point A, then I got to go to B, then I got to go to C. It's kind of doing what you're told, kind of thing. I knew, that what my role was going to be and things like that. So I was just kind of preparing every day. Hopefully this is the day. Hopefully this is the day. And every day, not trying to get too down, not trying to keep it, pretty an even keel. I didn't want to get too high. I didn't want to get too low. So when my name did get called, I wasn't, jumping for joy or getting too nervous. So I tried to keep it, even. My head, even keel the whole time. We were at a homestand, during that time, and for the first 3 games of the homestand, my mom got on a train, here in Hamilton, and my sister, and they came up every game, and that was the first game that they didn't come, and so it was, they were a little upset about that, but they were really ecstatic, and they actually said, it's actually really nice to see you on TV because you can see your facial expressions and see you up close. We felt that we were really there, so it was, they were very, very, very excited for me, and it was definitely a great time. Well, when I first got there, I didn't really know what I was, doing. I know the schedule. I didn't know where I was supposed to be. Boone Logan and D-Rob, Robinson, he really helped me. They both really helped me to go to the wing and, told me what to do, and they were great. And Luis Ayala, they were great. All 3 of them, especially, they really, would watch out for me. If I'm sitting in my locker, they, hey, Gary, they would call me, or Garrison, you got to go, you got to be here, do this, make sure you're early, make sure you're this. So it was definitely a great experience.
Hi, I'm Phil Hughes of the New York Yankees, and you're watching the Hyundai Thunder Insider.
I flew into Tampa actually when I first got called up, and when there were stuff to sign up, for Hope Week and things like that, and I knew I wanted to be a part of it. I know not a big name, not anyone that a lot of kids would recognize, things like that, but I still want to be a part of it. I still want to get the opportunity to do something like that. And then when I signed up for part of the Hope Week, that was for the September 11th families that were hurt by that and affected by that, because I know some people that were affected by that in high school when I was in high school. And so I really wanted to be a part of that. And so when I got to go, it was just a great experience, great time. And I was really happy, really kind of give back, especially to being from the Northeast, being from New Jersey, and just kind of loving New York City so much, wanting to be a part of it. There was a lot of, families that were affected, and so we were affected by it. And so we always, there were a few families, a few little boys actually, that when they they lost their mom and their dad in the trade in the towers, and the mentors would come over and talk to us and kind of say, hey, this is their story, this is kind of what happened. And it was a great it was really hard for me to, like, when I hearing it and seeing these kids and how far they've come, it was just really awesome to see how far they've come and how they can run around, they can play, they can smile, they can laugh. And they went through devastating times, and it was just it was awesome. I want to help I want to talk to everybody. I want to play with everybody. I got hit with so many water balloons. There were water balloon fights, but I didn't care, of course, because we were having a good time with them. But Mariano Rivera, actually, there was one one boy that he lost his mom in the Trade Center, and then his dad moved out to Portland, and so he was alone. And so when Mariano heard about this, he took him and he brought him into the locker room, and we all he hung out with us. He was basically a Yankee for a day, and it was really cool. And to see his face light up, and then he was calling everybody saying, "Hey, I'm in the Yankees locker room," and no one really believed him. But it was every kid was just awesome, and it was just really a privilege to be there.
Hi, I'm Phil Hughes of the New York Yankees, and you're watching the Hyundai Thunder Insider.
Yeah, the Blue Man. Yeah, absolutely. They, in my backyard, all grown up down in Ewing, there was a perfect route and perfect like a mound. It was perfect. I could put my foot on it, and then it was another. In the corner of my yard was almost like the perfect distance for like a little league mound. And so from when I was 7 years old, my dad got this Blue Man. It's called. That's why I always called it. It was basically a big, it had metal or tubes that held a tarp in the middle of it, and it was a picture of a guy standing up at a plate and a cutout of a strike zone with a bag and things like that. So I would, that was my best friend, growing up. I would love to throw that every chance I got. Every day coming home from school, I always wanted to get better, and always wanted to, hit this corner, hit that corner. And I mean, it was perfect for me. I had my route, I had my bucket of balls, and I just threw to it, every day. I was get home, maybe do some homework, and then throwing the Blue Man. It was an everyday thing. My dad at the time worked in New York City, so I wasn't able to throw with anybody. And my buddies, of course, had school after. They had like extra, they had baseball or they had soccer. They had other sports to do. If I wasn't playing other sports, I would go and throw the Blue Man. And it was something I could do on my own. I needed someone to be there. It was something I could. It's like shooting foul shots. If you have a basket and a ball, you can do it. That's what I had. I had my Blue Man and my mound that I could just throw off every day, and loved every part of it. I still remember, many nights. And I mean, if it was raining, I'd still stay out there. If it was, be out there in snow, gear, and everything like that. I love that thing.